What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I hope you like this video. This is going to be your review for the Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 14, episode 16. Child, I couldn't see it. So we start off, we see little AC Pooh working on his little acting chops. We know that he's been doing some acting gigs, and I think he's done a movie and some other things. So you go ahead, AC. You do your thing, boo. Then we see Marlo. The boys are coming back, and she's, happy for them to be coming back. We see her talking to her sister. Child, her sister was ready for them to go last week, okay? You can hear all of her voice. She been ready for them to go, okay? She has been ready for them to take their happy tail right on back to Marlo's house, okay? Now, later on in the episode, they come home, and she said that they are happy to be home and that she didn't have to ask them to take a shower. She didn't have to ask them to do certain things, and she told them that she is going to, put more structure in place, that she's bringing in an educational specialist. I think that's just a fancy word for tutor. And that she's going to go to the therapy and that she's going to make it work. And she said that she really appreciates that her sister had her back and understood that she just needed a break. She just needed a minute, okay? Listen, at this point, I don't care. We done said all we're going to say about the Marlo and her boy situation. So we see that Drew done had her surgery. Okay, Drew done had her surgery. She had to get the Achilles repaired. She said that the doctor said that her overcompensating on the leg that she didn't have the Achilles issue with is what caused the leg to, a lot of times you have a weaker leg and then you overcompensate on the other leg, which wears that leg down. And she said that's what the doctors told her had happened. So we see that Sheree went to visit her. Sheree was the first one to go visit her. And, she said, wow, this is just crazy. Like, we didn't get off on the best foot, but here you are, the first one to come and see me. And then the second person through the door was Sonya. We know that her and Sonya done had their ups and downs. So, that's cool that at the end of the day, even though we go through what we go through, it's cool that we can still, be there for each other. Now, while they were there, here goes Sheree telling Sonya that Kenya, felt some kind of way because they were talking about the last dinner. And to Sonya's credit, she admitted that she wasn't ready for Kenya. She admitted that, she was like, I kind of came at Kenya, was like, girl, what's up? What's up? What you saying? What you saying? Nah, what you saying? She was like, but at the end of the day, I wasn't ready for her. Okay, I wasn't ready for no Kenya. Okay, but then, Sheree was saying, I think you and Kenya really need to just talk because, she felt some kind of way about Ross, kind of standing up on her. She said that he was real aggressive and, she just felt some kind of way that he would do that to some women. Now, Sonya was like, what? Hold up. Who? She said, what? Sonya was like, now listen, me and you've been going back and forth and we've been shading each other and it's been what it is, but don't you come for my husband. Don't bring my husband in it. So she gonna call Kenya. And you can tell Kenya was asleep when she answered the phone. Like, you could hear in her voice that she was like, it was that, hello? And she was like, yeah, well, Sheree told me that you felt some kind of way about my husband speaking to you. Yeah, well, me and you, I got a problem with that. Like, don't be talking about my husband. Don't be putting my husband in it. Don't be having nothing to say about my husband. Child, Kenya was like, girl, what? Girl, I need to wake up. Like, I can't process none of what you're saying right now because I am still asleep. But Sonya was like, whatever, girl, whatever. Then she gonna hang up the phone talking about something, bye, bitch. Sonya, you got a lot of energy when the person ain't around that you're supposed to have the energy with. Like, you got the energy in your confessionals. You got the energy when Kenya ain't around. I just need you to keep that energy when you see her. That's all I'm asking. Just keep that energy when you see her. Anyway, child. So, then we see Kenya meeting up with Sheree to help her with her fashion show. And Kenya was like, I really wish Sheree had kept that conversation between the two of us. She said, but there goes Sheree being, a little bone collector again. Now, I'm like, first of all, you knew good and damn well that Sheree wasn't keeping that to herself. Second of all, it is a show. It was on camera. So even if Sheree kept it to herself, they're going to bring it up at the reunion. Third of all, kid your girl bye, whatever. But she goes to help Sheree with this fashion show. And then I started thinking, Kenya can sometimes be very passive aggressive in the things that she does because she was really rude. Sheree brought this woman in to help her, a woman who does fashion shows, and she has a, this is her business. And they were supposed to be doing like this casting model, this model casting. And Kenya was rude to that woman from the word go. First, she gonna tell the woman she got the room set up wrong, and tell her, well, you know, you don't know what you're doing. I mean, the room is set up wrong. Then she gonna ask about, well, you know, why didn't you say anything? Why didn't you put out a casting call for models? Sheree gonna talk about something. Well, you know, I just wanted to keep it on the DL. But y'all know shady ass Bravo had to show the screenshot from Instagram where she put it on her Instagram and she was asking for models. So you wasn't really putting nothing on the DL. It just wasn't that many people showed up. So then, this was the shadiest comment of the whole fucking night. That woman said, because she was like, well, why didn't you, like, get real models in here? Baby. That woman said, if you want real models, you got to have a real budget. I said, oh. So Kenya was like, well, what is that? What kind of a budget is that? What do you mean? No, that's what Sheree said. So Kenya, but she was like, I mean, about $500 an hour. Like, you got to be willing to pay these people at least $500 to $700 an hour. And Kenya was like, oh, that's not that bad. But girl, Sheree was sitting there like, we're gonna go back to Instagram. They can do it for free and a bucket of chicken. And pay them like Don Cornelius paid them Soul Train dancers. I'm gonna give them a bucket of Kentucky Fried Chicken and a Diet Coke. I say thank you for your service. Anyway, but Kenya was rude to that woman, and I feel like that was Kenya's passive aggressive way of getting back at Sheree for going back and repeating. She was like, I'm just gonna be rude to this woman. I just felt some kind of way about that. I just felt like that was real, just rude for no reason. Like, she was rude to that woman for no reason. Told her she didn't know what she was doing. Told her she couldn't do her job. Like, just rude, you know. But again, it's Kenya being Kenya. She think that shit is funny, and it's all laughing jokes, but this shit ain't funny. Anyway. And if I was that woman, I'd have quit. I'd have been like, well, Sheree, since your friend know more than me, and your friend can do it, let your friend do the show for you, and I'm out. Because I don't need this much. I don't need this. I don't need it, okay? Then we go down to Ralph's photo shoot for the book, and Drew is there with her mama. Drew looks good. In this scene, the makeup, the hair, the glass, even she had these cute glasses. She looked really cute in this scene. Anyway, we find out that her mama is talking to Ralph about not adopting Josiah or Jeremiah or whatever that baby name is. And he said, well, you know, that's something I need to talk to him about. How you ain't talked to him yet? You didn't talk to us? You didn't talk to your publisher. You didn't talk to the baker, the candlestick maker. You didn't talk to everybody about why you're not adopting Josiah except for Josiah. And I thought that you said your reason was because Josiah daddy wanted to still be a part of his life, and you felt some kind of way about like taking away that from this man. First of all, he got signed over his rights. So if he's still around and active, whether he dare be active or not, y'all stop making this out to be. Now, you know, I can give it to Ralph when it needs to be given to Ralph. Because at the end of the day, Ralph, we still want to know who the hell you was with down in Tampa. But that's neither here nor there. But in this one, this ain't on Ralph. If the boy's daddy is still around and he is not willing to terminate his rights, you can't just adopt somebody that already got a daddy. Now, Drew can go after him to get his rights terminated, but you can't adopt somebody that already got a damn daddy. So let's not make this out to be bigger than what it is, because of course now Drew mama acting funky about it. Drew acting funky about it. She done brought it back up after you said in Jamaica that you understood and you got a better understanding. But now that your mama there, you got a little backup. Now all of a sudden, yeah, well, I want to know. I still don't understand. I still am upset that you're not going to adopt him. Girl, y'all already settled it. Don't change it up because your mama there now. Don't switch it up. Y'all done already settled it, okay? These people be wearing me out, child. They good one minute, then the next minute they mad about the same shit. Just, anyway. So Sheree and Drew decided they want to have a joint birthday party for Marlo and Kenya. Now, what I'm going to say about that is, who thinks that's a good idea? Like, these are two people that do not get along. I don't care if they were born at the exact same day, at the exact same time, in the exact same year. We do not need to be having no joint birthday parties for Marlo and Kenya. Then they made a big deal about Drew. When Drew and Sheree were on the phone planning a party, Drew was like, okay, girl, well, I'll just send you an invoice for your half. Then when Sheree gets there, the first thing out of Drew's mouth is, Ralph, where's Ralph? Oh yeah, because Ralph has a copy of that invoice for you. Who does that? And then Sheree talking about well, I mean, I got to see this invoice because I ain't agree to all of this. Oh, what, girl? She had some balloons and some streamers. Oh, what? What is it that you didn't agree to? Like, what did you want? You wanted the same caterers that was at Sonya's little tired-ass party that she had for Sheree? For you? Is that what it was? You didn't want them to have a better party than what you had? Did you want them to have a broke-down 360 machine? Did you want them to have the bartenders with no like, girl, what is it that you wanted? Like, I ain't feel like Drew did nothing that extra. She had some balloons and some streamers in her living room. She had a bar and she had some catered food. But it's the same caterer that be catering everything all season from her Drop It With Drew situation. So, girl, what you talking about that you ain't agree to all of this? So then she talking about, well, how about I pay half of the invoice? Now, all of this was a play on the whole fact that Sheree don't pay no bills. Because, of course, the first thing out of Drew's mouth was, I guess Anthony was right. Sheree don't like to pay bills. Child, miss me with that. Because, first of all, ain't neither one of y'all pay for that shit. Bravo pay for that shit, okay? So, stop playing with me. So, then this whole thing is built up about Sheree and this damn fashion show, child. Her samples aren't coming in. She's on the phone with her friend in California who went by the show house of the person in California that's making the pieces, and the pieces aren't ready. But by the time Kenya and Marlo got there later on that night, the pieces were stuck in Alaska. Now, which one is it, Kenya? I mean, which one is it, Sheree? Are your pieces stuck in Alaska, or are they not made in California? Or are you getting pieces brought in from two different places? And if you are, why? Like, let's be clear. You are not making couture gowns, girl. You are making wear. You are making shit for people to wear to the gym. Ma'am, you are making summer, winter, fall joggers. How in the world have you not been able to find a manufacturer in Atlanta that can make your shit? Girl, Atlanta. Girl. Sheree said she done spent $1 million on this fashion show. And Monopoly money? $1 million what? I can't with y'all people. So they setting us up for I'm sure that the finale is going to be Sheree's fashion show. Or at least close to it. Because you can tell they trying to... They closing up storylines now. We know that they filmed a reunion a couple of weeks ago. Or last week, I believe it was. So, child, we know what that means. We are almost at the end of this road. And I feel like Sheree's fashion show is going to be the conclusion. Or maybe one episode after that. Whatever. They done invited Kenya's cousin. They done invited Marlo's friends. Like, they didn't turn this into a real party. Which I thought was cute. Somehow, miraculously, Marlo and Kenya both get there at the same time, child. Because they lied to them and told them this was a get well party for Drew. So they showed up with gifts for Drew and shit, you know, get well party. Child, Kenya gonna walk in the door and close the door in Marlo's face. And I know good and damn well you saw Marlo walking up that walkway. I know you did not miss that big bird and that fluorescent pink Fendi outfit. I know you saw her, Sheree. Kenya. Anyway, so they go in the house and it's a surprise and oh, that's so great. Oh my goodness, it's a surprise party for us. Oh, that's so cute. So they sit down to have dinner. Now, Drew wants to make a big deal about the fact that we wanted to bring y'all together because we really are tired of y'all arguing and we want, hopefully, that y'all can resolve the issues and figure out where we all went wrong. Child, Kenya want to go all the way back to when Marlo made the comment about her mama not wanting her. And Marlo was like, Kenya, don't do that because you've said a lot of things to me that have cut me and hurt me. So then, of course, y'all know Bravo. They start showing a whole plethora of things that Kenya has said about Marlo as it relates to her, to Marlo, you know, about things about Marlo being a prostitute and stuff like that. So we right back where we started, y'all, because then we arguing about the shit. So then Kenya said, well, no, we get to make it more recently. You called me a liar. You didn't want to believe that I was sick. And so, of course, they had to show all the replays from that. So at that point, Drew was like, you know what? I'm gonna ask my mama to come in here and pray over this food, and I'm just gonna say, maybe we can't be friends, but can we just be cordial when we in the same room together? Cause child, I just can't do this with y'all no more. Like, I'm sick of it. Everybody's sick of it. We over it, and we just gonna have to move forward. Hell, Candy and Marlo made up over a thigh from the Popeyes. Or KFC. I'm just saying. So then they played a shady game, because they always have to play a shady game, where they basically were like, what would you do if you were in this situation? And of course, the first scenario was if somebody said that your husband was aggressive. So of course, Sonya had to get up and be real extra, and her chair fell, and she's yelling, and she's kind of yelling at Kenya. But they laughed about it, you know, because what you gonna do? But then they started talking about the fashion show, and and Sheree is letting them know that things aren't going that well, that the fashion show really isn't going the way, you know, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. And they're like, listen, we want you to win. So whatever it is that we could do to help, please let us know, because we really, really want you to win. Okay? And then the party just sort of that was it. Then we had this totally unnecessary scene between Sheree and Apollo. And the only thing I could think of is they just wanted to try to, you know, give us this little shock factor that Sheree is cool with. So first of all, it's only about 3 or 4 takeaways from this conversation. Takeaway number 1, Apollo done rolled up like he never left. He done rolled up in a Rolls Royce. Now, I don't know if he rented it for the day or if he really rolling like that. Who am I to judge? Because, child, I don't know. That's the first thing we noticed, okay? Second thing, of course, they have to explain to us that her and Apollo have been friends for a long time. They lost touch while he was in jail, but they back in touch now. Okay, whatever. Third of all, they had to do the whole, you know, thing with Sheree and old boy. What's the boy name that she was dating? Whatever his name is, child. The guy that she was dating. And the whole jailhouse situation. And of course, Apollo had to be like, well, you know, when I was in jail, I used to see guys playing girls. They would have different women coming to see them. And this, and this, and this, and that. And yeah, you know, that's just kind of messed up. You know, what's his name? Anyway, that's just kind of messed up. And then she asked him to walk in her fashion show. Then he had to talk about how Phaedra wasn't there for him and didn't have his back, but he pretty much left him to die, child, when he got arrested. Girl, and of course they had to show the playback of that. I ain't see the purpose in this whole conversation with Apollo, but anyway, I guess anything to remind us that Phaedra ain't there, child. I don't know. But anyway, that's just what it is. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.